Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot.
And also Vin.
Hey guys, welcome to the BBL NYG Podcast. I'm Mike, that's Jules, that's Vin. Thank God the Giants season is over. Of course, we had to win the last game. Not good for draft position. Although I understand us winning, I'm gonna play devil's advocate with Vin. I know Vin, you wanted to lose, especially to get that number one draft pick, which we could have had. But I tell you what, us playing, if we would have won and the Giants bench guys at halftime like Dallas did, I would have been fine with it. But just the fact that we kept our starters out there for the entire game and we beat up this backup team like it's a preseason game, that's what pissed me off. You should have benched it and even the playing field. Do you agree with that, Vin?
So,
you just
you talking to me?
I mean, or did you just want it to lose outright no matter what? I think that's a fair game. If you bench guys like Dallas did, then it's an even playing field. Then I wouldn't be mad if you happen to win a stupid game. But that was embarrassing to just beat up on a regular team like that.
Continue to play devil's advocate. Don't you want to get your franchise quarterback the most experience you could possibly get in a game situation and just leave it at that? Right? Because after that, we were already down Andrew Thomas. There was guys out on defense. Fine. We might have played like Abdul Carter. I want the young guys to play as much as they possibly can. They're literally they like, you see Abdul Carter got better as the season went along. What do you mean no?
He did.
What do you mean no?
I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait till
right.
I'm allow you two to act like idiots and speak like idiots.
And at the end of the day, if we're talking about this fucking jockeying for the number 2 pick versus the number 5 pick, we weren't going for a quarterback. What fucking difference does it make? That's it. Once we lost to the Raiders, it was over. Once we lost to the Raiders, it was over, bro. Like, what difference does it make if we had the 2 pick? Well, you really think that we're going to get a boatload for the kid from Oregon? Let's see what they do. They're facing each other this fucking Thursday or Friday, right? And let's see what the fuck happens between these fucking 2 quarterbacks, all right? And we ended fucking there. Enough with this bullshit. I'm so sick of this. We cry when we win. We cry when we lose. We cry all the time. A bunch of fucking crybabies.
Call me a crybaby. Go ahead.
We gotta expose these texts about our head coach, Stefanski.
Can I respond now to?
Go ahead, he's on mute.
The crap I just heard. How dare you two get on here with a bunch of Giant fans listening and saying winning at these meaningless games is okay? This is not okay. We've been doing this for years to get Jackson Dart more reps. We know he's the guy going in. What are we doing? Come on. Stop with the rep talk. Stop with... I saw some sort of stat, and don't quote me perfectly because I don't remember the numbers. We have like something like 10, 12 wins, I think, in the last like 4 years or something like that. But if you look at our record from week like 16 on, it's like 800.
Right,
it's like ridiculous. It's like because the good teams start benching their good players, and we beat up on these bad teams. And it's like a culture. If I ever hear that culture shifting, mood winning culture that'll go on for the next season, it's a bunch of bull. Because I remember beating Philly that one year, coming back. Like, let's win in September. Why can't we win in week 1? Why does Bellinger catch that ball and doesn't get touched and bring it to the house?
It's amazing, man.
It really is. It aggravates the crap out of me because we kind of said it on the podcast last week. Like, we lost to the Raiders. That sucks.
Yeah.
It was a tough game to lose, but let's not go out there and beat the Cowboys now. Cowboys are a better team,
Yeah, but
Cowboys,
they did us dirty. They bench guys, man. That's why I said, like, why didn't we bench guys and go with our back?
Because we're this proud organization. If I hear
I would have done
that we're a proud organization, because we're not proud. We're a losing organization, and we will continue to lose. Now, what did we lose out on? Well, we could have had the first pick. We could have, and the first pick, you want to talk about it. You don't know if it's Mendoza. It's options. And I got a newsflash for you, Jules. A quarterback out the draft is always the sexiest pick. Even if it's a whack quarterback draft. Cam Ward became the sexy pick. You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me? Like, teams will do anything to get their hands on a quarterback. We fucking just handed the Jets the number 2 pick when we could have fleeced them, ended up with the 5 pick, and then some. You know what I mean? Are you kidding me? And we're over here now with a 5 pick. Now, let's break it down because I've given this nonstop thought since it's happened. Like, shame on the Giants that they did this to us. They did it to us fans.
I know.
The first pick goes to Raiders. They'll go quarterback. They'll probably get Mendoza or the Oregon kid. And the Oregon kid could be really good. He could take over this playoff. The 2 pick will probably go Oregon kid, so the 2 quarterbacks come off the board. I guess Arizona will look to get a 3rd quarterback because they're probably moving off of Kyler Murray. I can't see them not going quarterback in that spot. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're moving off of Murray. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Then it's Tennessee. It's not us. So I could possibly have a consolation in this if I was like, all right, we'll get the best player that's not a quarterback. We don't get that. We don't get the best player available that's a non-quarterback. Tennessee does again. So they're probably gonna get maybe the linebacker from Ohio State, I guess.
Maybe. Could be
We're
a tackle.
To me, from the
yet.
early look of it, as much as we needed a D tackle in the worst way, I'm not drafting a D tackle that high. I guess we're gonna end up with a wide receiver. We're gonna end up with Carnell Tate, maybe the Minnesota receiver. I don't know. I don't know if I would even like to trade the pick down now to get more assets.
I would probably just stay there and go best player available.
Yeah, you want another
it's
receiver?
Tough. Like I don't want to lose out on the trade either, and getting all those fucking draft picks. But like it's really tough, man. Like when you see
we have a lot of holes.
Yeah, but I watched the locker room too after the game, and all the players are happy. That's why you can't in football. You really can't tank, but you can bench guys and take guys out. And that could be a form of tanking.
You know
what I'm saying? I didn't like the way
with you,
but the Giants, I agree with you. Like the Giants beating up on Dallas was stupid to me. It just it wasn't like, all right, it's like a preseason game to me where you're leaving all your starters in for the whole game. You're dominating. Why? Just it doesn't make any sense to me.
Because in all honesty, we're sitting here on Tuesday and Kafka still hasn't gotten fired. So he thinks he's fucking got a shot at either keeping his job or maybe getting an extension. Right, because if things don't work out with some of the coaching candidates, which obviously we'll get into later, listen, the guy's trying to fucking find a job somewhere else. You have young players that are trying to fight for positions. Look, you're talking about all those quarterback. Yo, there's Jackson Dart haters right now. You don't think if we were sitting at the number 1 pick, that's all fucking sports news we'd be talking about for the next fucking 4 months or plus or whatever the fuck it is? Oh, do we go Mendoza, who's unproven in the NFL, only really had 1 good year?
You don't think it's worth a look? If we had the number 1 pick, you don't think it'd be worth it? If one of these kids goes off in the next 2 weeks, you don't think it's worth a look? Are you all
but here's the other thing, Here's the other thing. Stop acting like, and this goes out to every fucking Giant fan listening right now, okay? Show me how the fucking Raiders were going to fucking not lose that game. Just show me. Dude, they pulled their – they didn't give a fuck. Geno Smith was throwing the ball to our defenders so that it hit them right in their fucking chest as if they were fucking catching the ball.
But they won on Sunday.
Not losing that game.
But they won on Sunday.
We would have had to play the most ugliest football ever imaginable to even try to come close to try to fucking beat them. They let fucking Deontay Banks return a kickoff, bro.
We could have got it all back if we would have just lost.
It was Dallas with Raiders. Like shit happens with the Raiders, but Dallas.
Raiders, I get it. Like we couldn't lose that game.
Did you guys actually watch the game? Did you not see how many fights happened? Did you not see how many fights happened in that game?
I did.
They didn't want to lose him. They're tired of losing to this fucking team for 5 straight years.
I got to tell you guys, I just think the Giants will never get it. They'll never get it. And it's like, yo, you put us through misery. You take us out of the season before Halloween every year in September where, and then it's like you put us through this misery, finish the job, give us a higher pick, give us options. I like the option. Like, I'm not completely sold on Dart. I don't know why. Dart has a lot of good to him. There's a good ceiling there. I think he's attractive to a lot of head coaching candidates. But am I ready to be like, we're not going to get the number 1 pick and possibly do something there? I probably the Giants didn't even want to make that decision.
I mean,
I think but I think that's a pussy move. I think that's something that I wouldn't do that.
You know what, Jules has got a point with the whole Kafka situation because Kafka is playing for a job. Yeah, but the whole thing, like, say we didn't fire Dable and Dable's guaranteed the job next year. Maybe he goes out there and he benches guys. You know what I mean? Because you in football,
Yeah,
you just can't tank. You just can't do
but
it.
our Dallas
It just
Cowboys
doesn't. Dallas
are
for them to just bench guys or whatever and just give up on the season, which
you
they almost did it
Schottenheimer
on
safe?
purpose. I think they did it on
Schottenheimer safe?
purpose.
I know it's his first year, but Schottenheimer's totally safe.
I think yeah, I think
He
yeah.
just let Diggs go on some BS. He's gonna lose that locker room real quick.
I don't know. Diggs is kind of a fucking asshole from what people are saying.
And
Well,
Jared
he's been saying.
Jones is not getting any younger, and it's 2 years in a row they're not in the playoffs. He made the trade to get Quinnen in the middle of the year, and he failed.
He had to do
Schottenheimer
it
didn't
though.
get him to the playoffs. I think
Yeah.
Schottenheimer. Why is he benching guys? Like, is he that safe?
Well, we knew
I don't
there.
think so.
I mean, I think he is, but just because the fact that they lost a lot of guys. Obviously, we started with Mika Parsons on defense and shit, and their defense is just it's a fucking disaster. But
Yeah, but
that's that, man.
my point is though, you guys are saying that the Giants players are playing for their coaches, the coaches are playing for a job. The
They are.
same goes for every other team. Tennessee,
That's
same shit.
Ben.
Like
That's
they're
I
all
agree.
playing.
I agree, but that's why you don't beat up on a team that's benching guys. If they treat it like a preseason game, you treat it like a preseason game. Then I would be fine with it. But Kafka leaving the guys in there because he's not sure about his future, he just wants a W. That's what the problem is. You're not even the playing field. Why are you beating up on a fucking team like that? And you're giving up a chance to get the fucking number one pick. That's what I didn't like about it. I could live with them benching guys and winning the game by a field goal at the end. Not the way they did it, with which they did it, which I agree with you, Vin. It was fucking stupid because you had the chance to get it back, but you didn't. At the time, you're not really watching the other games at 4:30 either. You're not watching what Kansas City and Vegas is doing. It just
you're
kind of
supposed to do
happens that
your
way.
part, trainer. You're supposed to do your part. You're
That's
supposed to lose.
I mean,
Finish the losing. Finish it. Like
yeah,
what?
I know,
Like
I
what
know,
good are we getting out of
I
this
know.
win that nobody will remember?
It
Nobody. Oh, we broke the
was-
streak. We didn't beat Dallas. This is great for Dart. No, it's not. No, next
Listen, he
year
had his.
it's a
I
new
know.
coaching
He'll
staff.
have the preseason and shit to get ready and get more
Yeah, come
reps.
on,
Like
man. This
I
is
don't
not going to
agree.
carry over.
Yeah, I don't agree with the whole him getting like the reps and shit like that. Maybe like Jules said, the young guys. Okay, the young guys like the Abdul Carters, whatever. But why are you playing fucking Dexter Lawrence all game, Brian Burns, all that shit? That was just fucking stupid.
We've talked shit about these guys all year. All year we've talked shit about them. Now you want to show up against a bunch of backups?
That's
Come
that's
on.
exact. That's why it pissed me off. But anyway, listen, we don't have it. We fell back to number 5. We're gonna get a new coach. Now it came out obviously a few days ago, right on Monday, a fucking Black Monday. Kevin Stefanski out in Cleveland. Cleveland Browns a dumb organization. They always do dumb things. They let people go. It's stupid. And then all of a sudden, right before it came on the podcast, the news broke that John Harbaugh, you said it last week on the pod. Well, actually, I said it, but you did say it. But I said the loser. I said the loser, according to Vin, of this fucking Pittsburgh Baltimore game would be the future coach of the Giants. So maybe you were like Notre Dame in a way and predicted that John Harbaugh, if he wants the job, I know he's automatically, I think, on the top of all our lists, right number 1. You and Jules. I think we all can all agree on that. But we got to worry about him wanting to be the coach right away next year. He coached the Ravens for 18 straight seasons. Maybe he needs a break. You know what I mean? Is the Giants' job that attractive for him to just go right back into coaching? Now, Kevin Stefanski, I think he'd go jump right into New York in a heartbeat. And if John Harbaugh wasn't available, I'd take Kevin Stefanski in a second. I know, Ben, you love the fucking guy. I don't know what's wrong with Jules. I don't know. Maybe you got to convince him or something that, he's the number 1. He's 1A and 1B, whatever you want to call it.
Before Harbaugh was in the picture, I had no idea what multitasker Jules wanted. He did not let up. We all knew that he wanted to keep Joe Shane, which I think is a mistake. We glossed over that. I think Joe Shane staying here. Like, what if Harbaugh was like, I don't think I want Joe Shane. You know what I mean?
He's out. Then he's
You know
out
what I
the
mean?
fucking door.
Then Shane is out, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah, so I don't even
Pack
know where
your
Mara's
bags.
head is at. And what you said about the locker room with Mara was that was a really sweet thing to see by the Giants team.
Oh, yeah.
Because Mara, I've been pretty critical of Mara throughout the years.
We all have.
But at the end of the day, we're talking about life and death, and we're talking about, he does care. Like he's just incompetent, but I hate the nepotism, but he does care about the football team, and
Yeah.
and he demonstrates that throwing trash cans when we're losing and stuff.
That's
You know,
great. Yeah, that was great.
so he does care. So I hope John Mara beats this, and he's okay for the sake of himself and his family. But I'm all in on Stefanski. The way I have it, and now Harbaugh's in the mix. Oh my God! Like we finally, the last couple years after Coughlin, it was horrific coaching cycles for us to hire a guy. There was nobody out there. I wanted Ron Rivera. Washington grabbed him before the end of the season because they fired their guy in the middle of the year. I want then we wanted the guy from Baylor. I forgot. He ended up going to Carolina. He didn't even make our what was his name?
Matt Rule, and he's
Matt
in the
Rule.
playoff. Well, he
Yeah.
had a pretty decent run in college. What team is Matt Rule coach right now?
Baylor, right? Or he was with Baylor.
Was with Baylor, went to Carolina.
He's at Nebraska. That's right. Nebraska
Okay.
actually had a pretty good
Yeah,
season.
he wasn't a bad college coach, and David Tepper, the owner of Carolina, just threw a bag at him, and he didn't even make the Giant interview. So we were stuck with like Joe Judge, like super later, and we didn't even know who he was till the press conference and all that. Pat Sherman was a bad hire, and it was a late hire. Like I don't want to be late. I want to be the bell at the ball. I want to be the first
right guy.
fucking team. I know everybody's like, "Oh, take your time." No. You go get the guy before anybody else grabs them.
I agree, 100%. You got to
think
go get him
get
this
him.
week. Because
So
if you wait,
here's my list.
But here's the thing, and I don't mean to cut you off because I just have to chime in on this one thing because I feel like we went right from Harbaugh because we all agree upon it and it's unanimous. But like, what is he really thinking? Like, does he want to take a year off?
We don't know yet.
Does he
We
want
don't
to
know,
just
but
jump back into coaching? Like,
he hasn't
that's
made a
the real
comment about it
questions
yet.
right there.
yeah.
Look,
No.
to me, it's a fucking zero, no brainer. I don't care if John Gruden, I don't care if Vince Lombardi was resurrected and was a fucking AI and he'd coach our team. All right. Like John Harbaugh is the hands down guy. And clearly, especially with all the talk that was going on with Lamar Jackson and like things falling apart towards the end of that Baltimore season, it was time. I mean, they did a comparison prior to the Pittsburgh Baltimore game where I think one was hired in like 08 and the other guy was hired in 09 between Harbaugh and Tomlin. Dude, that's a long fucking tenure.
18
This is
years.
a long tenure. Like, the Steelers get praised for that because they've had like 3 head coaches throughout their entire existence. Baltimore hasn't. They're not that team. You know what I mean? And the fact that Harbaugh say that long, sometimes a change of scenery is awesome. And look, why not? Bro, you come over and you resurrect the New York Giants, you'll be a fucking god. That's it. You'll be a legend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's close. He's not that far away from Baltimore,
Right. He doesn't have to really move his family that far. They move 3 hours, right? I don't know what the situation with his kids, if they're in college, high school, whatever, grade school, I'm not even sure. Right. But like, the change of schools isn't like something dramatic. You're not going East Coast to West Coast or anything like that. Like the guy, the weather's similar, right? Like you're not going from like warm weather to cold weather. You're going to a huge market, probably the biggest market you've ever been in. Your brother plays on the West Coast, you play on the East Coast, or coach on the East Coast.
I think the Harbaughs are built. Both brothers. I think they're built for the big moment, the big.
The whole
spot.
family is.
Of course they are.
I think both of them. I actually think John is better than Jim, though. John's better.
Tough one. That's a tough one.
I think John's won. John's won.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, so I'm gonna go John Harbaugh, obviously, for just all the accolades and everything. I actually can't believe it happened.
I know, me neither.
They're not gonna get rid of him.
When you said it last week, I thought it was just a joke.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be true. I was like,
because everybody was talking about Tomlin. I'm like, they're keeping Tomlin. He's gonna stay. I'm like, but nobody's talking about Harbaugh. I'm like, Harbaugh might go. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I like Harbaugh. I love Stefanski. If we whiff on Harbaugh and he retires or he takes a year out or whatever, and we get Stefanski, I am just the same fine with it. If somehow
me too,
Kevin Stefanski, who likes to run the ball, if you can remember, Kareem Hunt, what was his name? Nick Chubb, like he got into 2 11-win seasons. One with Baker Mayfield, who he resurrected that dude's career because he wasn't so good when he started. Then he won 11 games with Joe Flacco and went to the playoffs in the toughest division in football.
And he had to deal with the whole, Deshaun
Watson. The Cleveland throws Deshaun Watson at him, and then they throw Shedeur Sanders at him. Like Stefanski was built to like fail then. You know what I mean? And the defense was still tough, dude. Why? If Stefanski comes, please, Stefanski, you bring Jim Schwartz with you. Let Abdul Carter,
That'd be-
Brian Burns, and Dexter Lawrence get Jim Schwartz calling plays.
I know.
Oh my God, Philly will be shitting a brick if that happens. Jim Schwartz
I
as your
know.
defensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator, go get Kingsbury or somebody, because I heard
Yeah.
he's available. He'll be looking.
Yeah, he will. Imagine
You know-
that though. Get him, Clinsbury, and fucking Schwartz. Like that's
Oh my God, it's a dream
that's the
team.
thing. That's the thing that like I know we all want Harbaugh. That's an easy decision, but if you're throwing Jim Schwartz as a package deal to come with me, man, that's awfully tempting.
That's what I'm saying.
Schwartz
Yo,
coming
you
with?
get Jim Schwartz as your defensive coordinator.
Well,
Holy
who's
shit.
the head coach with that, Parry?
Stefanski.
But where and he had Schwartz with him in Cleveland?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Why are you so negative about it? Because you don't like him.
Hey.
Because you don't like him. You want to be
No,
negative about it.
I actually do like him. I like when he had his little stint on fucking Detroit, right? If I'm not mistaken, he was there fucking just prior to fucking them
Schwartz is a nasty defensive
No,
coordinator.
he's a really good
Everywhere
defensive
he's gone,
coordinator.
he's been good.
But
Everywhere.
like I just don't know if they'll come as a package. That's
do you remember Jim Schwartz with Philly? Like he was a problem.
No. Like I said, I just don't think they'll come as a package.
Whoa,
I almost feel
one
like
can
he
dream.
might go elsewhere.
He's not going to get a head coaching job.
I don't
right?
think he's
I don't
getting
think
one.
he's going to get one.
He failed. He
Yeah,
failed
but
as a head coach.
what if he can get a defensive coordinator job for a contender? You don't go there.
I mean, why?
Yo,
Or is it just
look
like-
at
is it
our.
like-
You said
We
the
could
same
make a
thing about
jump.
Jackson Dart. Look at our defense. Our defense has talent.
Oh,
It's
of
just
course.
no
No, I
scheme.
just don't know if Schwartz would come. That's the only thing. If you go Stefanski, I think he's got to rebuild and reboot a few people, and I don't see Schwartz following him. Schwartz
Usually-
might have an opportunity.
You don't know
to
their
go-
relationship. What if
Yeah,
they have a
usually-
relationship?
Usually, like
But,
a
like,
head
you got a
coach
team
brings
like
their
that.
guys.
But if you're a defensive coordinator, you got an option to go play with the Giants or go coach the Ravens. You got to go to the Ravens. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they got to fill fucking DC.
Who's
spot.
their coach?
Well, there isn't one, right? Well, I mean, we don't know, but
You
with
know?
the Harbaugh,
Yeah, you gotta figure that out.
think.
I don't know. And then number three, my third guy. If those two, it's really those two are a bust. I
Yeah,
like
no
those
doubt.
two.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
I love Chuck.
I do have a third guy. I do if those two don't work out because it's possible. Atlanta's got a lot of talent. That's enticing. You're playing in the dome in a weak division. I think Atlanta's an interesting job,
Nah.
or I should say like an attractive job for some candidates.
I don't think so. I don't think they got the quarterback, man.
Well,
Penix
that's
is
all they got to
always
figure
hurt
out.
and-
Once they figure out their quarterback
You know?
situation, but Tennessee's got a lot of cap space. They got a young quarterback, not a lot of talent, but they should be given time to build. I don't know, whatever. The third guy is
Yeah,
Shula.
who's the third?
I like Shula. Shula, the
Shula?
defensive coordinator from the Rams, especially if this guy goes off and goes on the run that I think the Rams are capable of doing.
Yeah.
He's young and he's ready. He's been on the McVay, and McVay's like my favorite coach in the NFL today. Just so damn good. And that defense, they don't have a lot of high picks. There's not a lot of talent on it. This is post Aaron Donald, and they play well in big games.
Yeah, but
so-
you did see that like Bijan Robinson had like fucking 300 yards against him, right?
He did. He did tore him up.
There
Hey,
are
wait,
there-
yo, listen,
again.
So wait, besides Smith Najigwu, and I guess Ken Walker's a good fucking player, but to take Sam Darnold, who was a wash, and say that this guy was nothing, and like, you know, he was an outcast, and then he had a good year fucking for Minnesota. Then he comes here, has another good year. Yo, Clint Kubiak gets no love at all. At all. What he's doing with that Seattle offense. Because they've had some games. When they're healthy, they fucking put up some numbers, those fucking teams, all right? They've run this stretch of some defensive games. Like, it happens. That's what they lean on. That's their bread and butter.
I don't know
But
if
their
I'm putting
offense puts
him.
up
I don't know if I'm
numbers.
putting Kubiak on the same level as the three I just mentioned, and I don't even put Shula up there.
Well, that's
I
what
got my
I'm
two.
So where I was going
I'd
with
probably
that
put
was
him with
we went to
Shula, yeah.
Shula. So we're
Tier
having that
two.
Shula conversation. I think Clint Kubiak should be right there, right in the same conversation as Shula.
Yeah,
If
I
that's
agree.
what we're talking about,
I
right?
agree.
And then what?
Maybe.
Cliff Kingsbury doesn't get the same love on that level. If
I
you're
would
on
say
that
so.
level,
Nope.
coach.
I say no.
Why? Because he was at Washington.
I would say so. I would say
No,
I
I
would-
think
I
he's
would
a
keep
great.
him at that
I
level.
think he's a good coordinator, dude. He was married at the hip with Kyler Murray. They moved off of Rosen just to get Murray, and that didn't work out.
So what if Stefanski said, "I want to take a year off. I need a break. I just needed to get off. I don't know
I
if
don't know
Hold
if you
on,
heard.
wait a
He's
minute.
in
Hear me
Newark.
out. Hear me out real
He's in
quick.
Newark right now. He's
Hear me out
getting a
real quick.
job.
Hear me out.
Yeah,
real
right. He's
quick.
gonna have an interview tomorrow.
So that frees up his fucking his coordinators, right? Well, what if Schwartz followed Kingsbury? Like Kingsbury gets hired, and he's the head coach, and he hires Schwartz as his DC. You wouldn't be happy with that?
Wait, what's the
So
what
I
is it?
said that Stefanski says, no, I need a year off. Thank you for the interview. I appreciate it. I did it out of respect for Mara and the Giants organization. They go out, they interview a few people, they end up hiring Kingsbury, but Kingsbury is able to bring in Schwartz as his DC.
Is he
Because
cool with
Schwartz
them
wants to
like that?
coach.
Like that's the thing. You gotta. It's all like
Well,
friends.
because he knows he needs a guy like that,
Relationships,
right?
you
Because
know.
he's offensive minded. He
And you
can
also got to
equate to
pay
Jackson
them.
Dart.
If you
And
look
then
at
also
Philly,
you bring a defensive
they pay
coordinator
their
like that.
coordinators. Philly pays their coordinators. Sirianni doesn't have friends. He's not friends with Vic Fangio.
Well,
Yo,
that's
Vic Fangio is the highest paid coordinator in the NFL because Rosen knows, yo, I got to get a nasty defensive coordinator because Sirianni doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
fucking
So he
smart. Like
pays
you,
him.
yeah, you keep those guys around. But that's the thing. That's who we got to worry about. We got to worry about the teams. Like say Buffalo's probably going to lose. McDermott's going to be out of a job. They've been dying to replace him. They need a change in Buffalo for sure. So what if guys like Stefanik or Harbaugh wants that job and they just wait a week? But that's why I agree with you, Vin. We got to lock him
We got to
down
run it.
this
Yeah, we
week
got to run
before
it
that.
now. We
Because
got to
then
run it
all of a
now.
sudden Buffalo becomes attractive. If Philly loses and they want to fire his coach because he's a weirdo, that job becomes attractive because the guy got a lot of talent. That's what you got to worry about the next week.
I
You
think
know,
the hardest, to your point, Jules, I don't know if he's listening to us. Yeah, I think he might be picking. The
picking his nose.
I think the most difficult job, the most difficult task for a head coach is building his staff, is getting his coordinators. I think that's the most difficult part.
You got to
Is
get
that
it right because
yeah,
it's
because if
they're the
you get
ones
the
that
wrong
spend the
guy,
time.
yo, you get the wrong guy on one side of the ball, just one side of the ball, it will screw up your entire team. You know what I mean? It will screw everything up.
If you
So I
don't get along, and
really,
we've seen it.
yeah. So I really want Stefanski and Harbaugh because I trust that they'll build a staff. That's the good thing about McCarthy. He can build a staff. I don't want him though. I think McCarthy
I don't want him either.
yeah, I think the game. I don't care about the wins. I think he's fraudulent to me. I don't know. He's lost a lot of big. He's had a lot of talent. He's had a lot of talent in his a lot of talented teams. He's had nice coordinators, and he won that Super Bowl. But other than that, I'm not interested. There's just nothing that moves me about McCarthy. McCarthy should go to like a Tennessee and make them relevant. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Or go to Arizona out in the West and do something there. Let me see you do something in Arizona, like a true rebuild. Dallas wasn't really like a rebuild. Like Jerry Jones spends money and they draft really well. I give it to Dallas. They draft really well. So I don't know all those other names: Vance Joseph, Antonio Pierce. I am not interested. I was never interested in any of those players. I'm not interested in Steve Spagnuolo. I know a lot of Giant fans are in love with him. I
I
say
know.
keep his legacy where it is. He was the defensive coordinator for the 14 Super Bowl run. Um, that's it. Like I think that ship has sailed too. I don't. It's really Harbaugh or Stefanski or bust for me. I'll be disappointed if it's not one of those two. And if I had to pick from the litter, I'm interested in Shula. I like Shula more than and I'm usually an offensive guy. I like Shula more than Kubiak. I know and then we need to talk about the Green Bay defensive coordinator. I'm not
Haven't
interested.
really heard about much of him.
Well, he's supposedly from Jersey, and they're touting that because he's a hometown guy and he kind of
I
understands.
doubt it.
Like he's on the list. Oh, and then Anarumo from the Colts defensive coordinator.
Yeah, right.
He's interesting, but now that you got Stefanski or Harbaugh in the mix, I think
Listen,
he doesn't have a shot in hell.
that's
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean. I think it's almost a waste of time to talk about these guys right now until these top two guys make a decision.
Correct.
You know
Correct.
what I
I
mean?
think like yo,
And I
we
think
have a
it's good. I
situation
think we
here.
have the most attractive job out of everybody right
Yo,
now.
we have a situation where Vrabel got fired by the Brown. Oh, who was it? By Tennessee, where he was out there. He waited a year. Then you had Andy Reid getting fired by Philly. You know what I mean? Where Kansas City picked him up. I knew that was genius. I was like, yo, Andy Reid's a damn good coach. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah,
stuck.
obviously.
We were stuck with McAdoo. Like I think it was like the year before, whatever it was. Yeah. So I don't care about what happens to the Ravens. I think the Ravens just gave us all a gift. Because I think Harbaugh, he got fired. He wanted to come back. Like he wanted
There's
to,
something going on between him. Lamar Jackson wasn't happy. Lamar Jackson wasn't rushing back to play. There's something going on over in the Ravens. I think that relationship might have deteriorated. to the
But
point
this
where
is also
we had to go.
before they drafted Lamar. Harbaugh was a little bit on a hot seat with those latter years of Flacco, like post Super Bowl. Like I remember they were talking about getting rid of him. So he has been in a hot seat before with the Ravens, but then
Yeah,
when Lamar came, like
but he re-
Lamar saved him.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that, Vin. I wouldn't say Lamar saved them. He
Yeah, he
rebuilt
won a
that
Super Bowl
team.
without Lamar.
He made that team when Lamar Jackson got there. He made him a run team first. That team was running the ball nonstop. And you know what? Lamar Jackson did good with his play action pass. Remember Lamar Jackson winning the MVP award? That was based off play action passes, his bombs, and his legs. So I think you gotta give a lot of credit to Harbaugh making that offense the way it was.
Lamar also, I don't know if you guys heard this. I don't even know how this is possible. Guys owed $75 million next year, just 1 year. I've never heard that before. That is an extraordinary number. I guess they're gonna have to restructure him and
Or
still
play
young
by
enough.
himself next year. I guess
Yeah, that's
and
insane.
that's the whole thing, right? Because Lamar Jackson, the franchise chose him over Harbaugh. That's it. Plain and simple.
Well, I would probably go quarterback over coach.
We did it with Odell.
Would you
That's
know?
what happened?
Quarterback over coach? You can't
A
find
quarterback that misses games every other year. Yeah, he's got 2 MVPs.
They're done.
Yeah,
the Ravens are done, guys. I'm telling you right now. We decided to fucking pick. We decided to keep Odell Beckham over Tom Coughlin, and we've been in misery ever since. Okay,
You're right.
It's a fuck.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's a bad decision, man. Going with a player only.
But I will say this.
Listen, let's not forget, John Harbaugh got fired, 3 hours ago?
Yeah.
If that? I mean, dude, he hasn't even had a day to regroup yet.
But let's also I'm not a Lamar fan. However, I think there's a lot of negative talk against Lamar Jackson where Lamar's good. Like he's probably the best running quarterback ever.
I love Vic. Vic was
Vin, you just said you hate running quarterbacks a couple of weeks ago. And
I'm stating a fact, not an opinion.
NFL system.
You're not listening. I'm stating a fact, not an opinion. Like
okay,
Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP. Yeah, has he won a big game? No, but
he got the one AFC championship. He got the one game.
But take a look
before that, and don't forget he did that with Derrick Henry, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Henry was Henry on that team, or was Henry the year after?
I think it was the year after.
Henry was the year after, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they got Henry to get him over that hump, and what did they do?
I think Henry beat him the year before with Tennessee, right?
That's exactly right.
That's what happened.
No. They
lost.
Right. It was the AFC championship. No, they lost. They would have lost to Kansas City because Kansas City went to the Super Bowl. If not, then who else? Titans.
But they played it before.
The Titans didn't go to the Super Bowl, right?
No,
you know what I'm saying? So
they played in the game after, right?
I don't know.
Anyway,
but Jules, though, if you look at like Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, you look at their playoff records, it's kind of like Lamar's too. But we give Lamar so much crap. Yo, Josh Allen, he don't get nearly enough crap.
You said Marino and who?
Marino, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers won a chip.
I understand that.
And he won what, 4 MVPs, I think?
Yeah, but again,
look
at the playoff record. Look at the playoff record.
Marino at least went to the Super Bowl in his second year. And then things got weird, and he never wanted the running game because he wanted to throw the ball, and whenever we're throwing the ball was a little crazy.
Well, it sounds like a bunch of excuses you just made there.
Maybe some.
Sounds like a few excuses there. But
maybe
we don't
a couple
those guys
my first ever fucking quarterback crush, huh?
And he was on Ace Ventura. That took a lot of time.
And Josh Allen gets not nearly enough crap. And I'm like, they're the same player. They're the same dude.
Though you hurt his feelings now, man.
Bruh.
Talk about Josh Allen. That's his team.
Has Josh Allen gone to a Super Bowl yet?
No, but he's been to a couple AFC championships.
Oh,
wait a minute. He beat Lamar twice in the playoffs. If you want to go play it, if you want to go head to head,
dude, they're
head to head. Can we not do that?
They're pretty close, dude. They're pretty close.
It was 2-0 against them, dude, in the playoffs.
Dude, Lamar's got 2 MVPs. And Lamar probably should have won that MVP last year.
But Lamar's never fucking beat him, bro. That's why he didn't win the MVP. You got to beat the kid to beat him. All right,
he beat him. Mark Andrews
I beat everybody else but the guy that fucking
he beat him, but his tight end dropped the ball. That's what happened there.
Lamar should have won it last year, but the year before, Allen should have won it. So they kind of just...
that's exactly right.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
But listen, we got to talk about... we're talking about all these quarterbacks. Some of these quarterbacks are not even in the NFL playoffs this year. Lamar's out. Mahomes is out. Now we got to start talking about who's in. Are you guys ready to do the
There
picks
is
and start over?
there is a very interesting stat that was thrown out there. Out of all the teams that are in the playoffs this year, only 2 quarterbacks were not taken in the first round.
Wow. Pretty interesting,
And
huh?
those 2 quarterbacks are playing each other the first week of the fucking playoffs.
Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy.
Bang.
Yeah.
Yo,
Right?
it tells,
that's
that
kind of a
tells you
sick
everything
stat,
you need to
dude.
know. Also, I want you to look up this fact,
Filthy
this
team.
little factoid, Jules.
Go ahead.
How many quarterbacks are in the Hall of Fame? Almost like 90% of them are from the first round. You want a quarterback, you get one early. Stop it with the noise. Oh, you'll find one later. Fuck that.
Tom
You get
Brady. Tom
you get
Brady.
you get them now.
Right.
You
You could
know,
always, you could always get a quarterback. Ninth round like Tom Brady. Tom Brady's coming around all the time.
yeah,
Don't
no,
worry about
that
it.
is an anomaly. It happens. It just doesn't happen often.
All right, listen, we got to do these picks. We're going to start a new pick segment for the playoffs for the season.
Are we doing
Regu-
win-loss or are we doing against the
We
spread?
got to do against the spread. We got to keep it real
Oh,
again.
that's gonna.
Because this,
You gotta keep that shit real.
listen, the whole season, I got to be honest, we all failed. We all came under 500. So we all lost. But unfortunately, I won. I came in at 126 and 130. Been right there at 125 and 131. And Jules, 115 and 141.
Yeah, I went crazy the last week.
Jules went a little crazy, like just went against me and Ben last week. Probably like he had at least 5 more wins in there. So
and I really thought I
120.
took the fucking Raiders. I thought I locked that in.
Yeah, Jules.
I really did. I don't know how I fucked it up. Then I looked at my notes and I was like, "Son of a bitch."
So can we, after we do our picks with the spread, can we do like our picks before the playoffs start? Like what we think is going to happen?
Like a bracket, a bracket type thing. Yeah, we could do that for sure. Since it's beginning of the playoffs. But here we go. I got to start the spreads first. The first game, the LA Rams, they're minus 10.5 in Carolina. They got to go in Carolina. Remember, they lost it in Carolina earlier this year. I don't know. For some reason, the Rams, the last few weeks of the season, something was up with them.
Wait. Who lost again? Can you back that up for a hot second? Who just
Carolina? Yeah, the Rams lost to Carolina in the year a few weeks ago.
They didn't. Everybody keeps thinking that, and I had to look that up because I did a playoff football draft because I'm out of my fucking mind for the playoffs for fucking drafting for fantasy football. And the Rams, they beat Carolina. Oh, no, they didn't. They lost to Carolina 31-20.
Thank you. Waiting for that to come out.
Yo, this guy's crazy.
I mean, what? I'm thinking, like, what was he watching?
Listen, that was back in fucking November, man.
Okay, Jules is in the upside down right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on?
Right, I'm on episode 9. You guys just ain't there yet.
It's okay. It's coming out.
With your newfound information is going to change your pick.
Yeah, I still disagree with that shit. But we're good.
Here, I don't mind. I know who you're picking, but the Rams are minus 10.5 against Carolina in Carolina. I'm going with Carolina plus 10.5. Give me the points and give me the outright win. Carolina's going to upset the Rams.
You're out of your mind.
Let's go.
Oh.
Put that in my bracket, Vin. They're going to the fucking Super Bowl. Because you know why? Every time Ohio State wins and J-Lo gets a divorce the same year, Carolina goes to the Super Bowl. Facts.
Oh, my God. Show this guy's mic off.
Every time they elect a new pope, Seattle goes to the Super Bowl and wins.
J-Lo getting a divorce, bro. Fucking divorced Ben Affleck again. Crazy.
I thought they were back together.
Divorce his ass again. Who you picking, Jules?
Well, see, now you made me start thinking because, like, I do remember when teams, like, luck their way into the playoffs, right? So now you're right. They only have 8 wins, right? Am I at least right about that?
8-8.
Right about that, right?
Yeah,
so they have a losing record.
8-9.
Right, they have a losing record.
Oh, you fucked up again, Jules. 8-9.
8-9. That's a losing record.
That is.
Okay, that's what I said. How was I wrong?
You said 8-8 first.
Rewind the tape and hear me say that they had a losing record. And when things get fucking lucky into the playoffs, they get lucked in, right? They have a losing record. They somehow show up for a little while. Now, does that mean I want to bet them for the whole game? I don't know, but I guarantee I am on the same page with you. I could see Seattle, like Carolina winning.
I'm sorry, real quick. Big Blue Banter says breaking mutual interest between Harbaugh and the Giants.
Who's that?
How much do we trust this?
It's Nick. I don't know if you guys know them. They might be beat writers. Nick Filato and Dan Schneier
Are they real
fuck those
people?
guys.
Do they have
No,
like real profile
no,
pictures?
Are they?
no.
Who are they?
They're
Who
they're
are they?
fake. They're fake. They're fucking.
Yeah,
The
it's
guy
fake.
Dan Schneider's a pussy. If anybody's listening, reach out to him. Tell him at BBL NYG podcast. Fuck Dan Snyder. He blocked me, that piece of shit,
Oh,
because I called him
okay.
out on his nonsense.
It's nonsense.
Well, yeah, well, I was arguing with him. Well, not arguing. I was just regular debating about like Daniel Jones. I'm like, yo, he's gonna go to Indiana. He's gonna be good, or the Colts, I should say, and he's gonna be fine. He's a good quarterback. You're wrong about him. Blah blah blah. He blocked me like a little bitch. That he is. So anyway, fuck those guys. They have mutual interest. Yeah, it's
Oh, so
mutual.
they're just podcasters then.
Yeah, they're just well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
they're
Sorry
low
about
class,
that.
low class.
And they're just
Keep
trying to
those
drop
names out your
fucking-
mouth, Ben. Fuck those.
Sorry,
guys.
I triggered my trainer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, angry. I'm angry. I hate when people block me. Ridiculous. Pussy move. I don't block anybody.
I'm trying to I'm a little fucked up because of the stupid ass draft I did, and I realized that I shouldn't have taken as many Chicago Bears as I did because I took a lot of Rams and Seattle guys, and I took a lot of Seattle guys because I have divine what do they call it?
Intervention?
Divine superstition on my side because
That
in
doesn't
recent
even make
history,
sense.
every time a new pope has been elected, the Seattle Seahawks have made the Super Bowl.
My
So listen,
God.
all right,
What
you gotta
is-
have faith, Vin. You
Yo,
gotta have
Vin.
faith.
You dudes are crazy. The way
Ben, you
guys
better come
up.
out with a good fact.
I got nothing. I got
All right,
nothing.
that wasn't from the Big Blue Bantha fella, whatever the fuck they are, guys. All right, that's from fucking the Holy Land. All right,
So-
but anyway. All right,
You
with
take-
all
you
that
take
said, give me the fucking Rams. I'll go Rams.
Ben's like, when Stranger Things has a secret episode,
Yeah.
the fucking Rams are gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ben, I know you're taking the Rams.
Give me my Super Bowl winner. I said it from early on this
Can't
year.
happen, dude. Just told you why Seattle's going.
I'm telling you, the Rams are going to scrape Carolina. Bryce Young is
In
gone.
Carolina. In
Yeah,
Carolina.
yo, you act like
Okay.
Carolina's like cold or something.
Is it? I don't even know.
You know, it's not cold.
We got
there.
hurricanes and
Nice
shit.
and warm for the Rams. Yo, they get
Yeah,
Devontae
we do.
back. Schuler's looking for a
That's-
job. Hopefully,
that's
he
true.
keeps his head on the. Matt Stafford is dealing. Puka's put a bunch of fines behind him. Yo, this team's ready. Kyron Williams is healthy. Let's go. Get these Rams tackles back. Let's go.
All right, we'll see.
Rams
We'll
all
see.
day.
10
That's
and a-
that game. Nobody will watch because it'll be a rout.
10
It'll be
and
a
a
rout.
half. 10 and a half for a home team in the playoffs. That's a little much for me.
But I
would
do like
I
what
would
Jules-
tease the Rams down for
I
sure.
do like what
Take a
Jules
money
said
line.
though about how these teams luck in the playoffs and then they end up winning. It's like what?
Dude, I
Well,
mean,
like
listen,
I said, they'll somehow keep it close, and like the Rams pull it out in the end. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that tends to happen. So
I
good,
know.
good point by you.
Listen, the Giants beat the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl, so I mean they were big
True.
underdogs too. So you
I
never
didn't.
know.
Did you
NFL
guys pick
playoffs
them?
is
Because
crazy.
I didn't pick them then. Did you
Yeah,
guys
but
pick them?
they
I pick
at
the
least
Giants
earned-
every
they
year,
actually
so.
they earned their way into that playoff run. Okay,
Yeah.
they beat Washington when they had to, not fucking lose your last game of the season and then have to have fucking a shit bowl of the rest of the guys in your division get you into the playoffs. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
I know.
That's that pussy ass Washington, Philadelphia bullshit from a couple of years back with the NFC East. So I get no respect. That's why I was a little upset. And because of that, I'm still having fucking, what do they call it? Fuck, I'm on tilt. Like I'm playing poker right now. And fucking, that's why I want to take the Rams.
multitasker.
All right, let's do this,
All
kid.
Yo, this guy doing everything.
All right, moving on. All right, so the Saturday night game, Green Bay Packers are in Chicago. Green Bay is actually a 1-point favorite. I don't see Green Bay going into Chicago and winning. I expect a high scoring game for sure, but with Green Bay, we're losing Mika. That had a really big impact on the defense. And don't forget, Green Bay, they're all coming in from injury. You know, most of the guys didn't even play last week.
Is
Guys are
Love
banged up.
playing? Is
Love
Love
is definitely
playing?
playing. Yeah, he's
Okay.
playing. He could have probably played last week. He was like the emergency quarterback just in case he needed to come in. But yeah, he's going to play. They rested him last week, but still, you're coming in. You're not coming in hot. You're coming in slow. You got to go into Chicago, the Windy City. With Ben Johnson, he's going to come out with plays. I think they're going to run the ball straight down Green Bay's throat. Give me the Bears all day, man.
Yeah, see, this is where I think I fucked up. They lost to the Packers earlier in the year. Then they won in overtime with like everybody getting banged up for the Packers. This is just, I hate this game. But if I'm going to go with what I drafted in this fucking stupid ass thing, what I need to have happen, and I'm going to give away another one of my picks, is that I'm going to need the Rams to play the Bears next week. and the 49ers to play Seattle. Now I'm in fucking good shape. So give me the Bears.
You're rooting for that, you know.
Um, I think the Packers are formidable against the Bears, but the Bears are the darling, and they're
Wait,
home.
wait. I'm getting points, right? I am getting points at
One
home. I'm
one
getting
point.
1 point at home as the number 2 seed. You want to talk about disrespect in the fucking playoffs? There it is.
Yeah.
Or they know something. They know that Green Bay's really fucking good. You
Oh
know.
yeah, it's possible.
Um,
That's why I took the Rams on one and then money on.
I think Josh Jacobs gonna have a game. I think Love will have a game. Like Green Bay's got a lot of talent on the offense, and they're healthy. They're back. The Bears defense makes me very nervous. Green Bay's defense makes me very nervous. So I agree. It'll
Yeah,
be take the over in this game.
for
But
sure.
with all that said, I feel like it's a destiny for the Bears to continue this darling run that they're on.
The
They're at
darlings.
home. They're the Saturday night game, which makes them prime time. The NFL is propping them up. They love the
Everybody's
Chicago
watching.
market.
Oh
I
yeah.
really think it'll be a close one. I could see it going to overtime. I could see it going to a field goal. I could see some controversy. These two teams know each other. The only thing that holds me back from picking the Bears, because I thought the
Jalen.
Bears swept them already. I thought the Bears won twice, Jules. Look
No,
at
they
that
lost.
again.
Yeah, no, this one I know for sure.
You sure? I thought the Bears beat them
I, I I
twice.
wasn't multitasking that hard right now. So like, yeah, no. The Packers won in December 7th, 28-21, and then they lost in overtime, 22-16.
That's what Jordan Love went down. All right, so it makes my pick of because I was like, I don't know if the Bears will beat them 3 times in a year.
Yeah.
Bears are gonna. I think Bears will win this game.
Bears.
All right, Bears it is. All right, going on to Sunday. Well, this is a tough one. Buffalo got to go into Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars coming into the playoffs are probably the hottest team in the NFL right now. They
Yeah,
were
except you
just
guys picked against them every week going down the stretch.
I
Except for me.
I'm guilty of that. Yes.
yeah. Listen, I might have I didn't believe in them, but like, listen, I mean, teams that usually go hot in the playoffs, they usually have it. But it's more to me. I'm going to take Jacksonville, but it's more for me because Buffalo relies way too much on Josh Allen. They can't keep relying on this dude to save them game after game. They have no defense. They don't fucking stop the run. Jacksonville's going to run the ball, keep it out of Josh Allen's hands as much as possible. They're going to put up points. Give me Jacksonville, man. Buffalo, I think, is going to be looking for a new head coach after Sunday.
And you said the Jacksonville's getting a point.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So
I
you're
want
right.
Buffalo to win, but
You're right. They can't rely completely on Josh Allen. And guess what? They don't have to because they have the NFL fucking leading rusher in fucking James Cook. Guy led the NFL in rushing this year. Won it. He won the rushing title. So you have fucking Josh Allen with the fucking rushing title winner in running back. You have a healthy team coming back because Milano missed fucking 12 games this year. And still within that fucking 5 or 6 games that he played, he still had 67 fucking tackles on the
Milano's a
year.
good player.
And that
Always
dude's going to
hurt,
be
but he's
fucking
good.
healthy and ready to play on this game on fucking
One of
Sunday.
the best
You have
linebackers.
Kincaid, who was a favorite of all of us on this podcast to be fucking a fantasy pick for tight end. He's back and healthy, finally looking good fucking for this year. They have guys that are coming into the play. They have Brandon Cooks that signed lately and starting to get into the mix now. And he's the over-the-top deep threat that they've been missing all fucking season. Even that guy Coleman, maybe he came to life a little bit. He looked pretty good. I know it was the Jets, but he did. It's going to be a tough one. And I hate it because I was hoping to root for Jacksonville as a dark horse sleeper in this. And the fact that they put him up against the Bills breaks my fucking heart because it's like, I don't want to have to root for this game. But I'll go with who I pick all the fucking time and give me number 17. As long as he's my quarterback, Lawrence has got to win in the playoffs before I get behind him. I'm going Bills here.
I love
Nine of-
Jules. I love Jules' analysis there. I do. I
Ben,
don't like to.
Ben, 9 of the last 10 games Jacksonville won.
Yeah, we know.
That's
That's why I should have just rolled them all season.
Yo, if Jacksonville wins this game, shame on me because I've been picking against them the whole way. I just don't believe in them. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now their defense, they got some good pass rushers where they can get pressure, but they don't get sacks. And we're talking about Josh Allen as one of the most elusive guys to bring down. So it could be like the Texans did to him on that Thursday night. It could be, but I don't see it. I don't see Jacksonville beating the Bills. The Bills are, getting healthy at the right time. They're battle tested. They've been here before. And Josh Allen, as well as the rest of this team and the coach, they're looking at the playoffs and they're like, I don't know what I'm looking at in the AFC. We had a down year, but there's no Captain Mahomes. There's no Captain Lamar. This has
There's
got to
no
be
Joe
different.
Burrow.
There's no Burrow. Yeah, that's another one. Like,
Like,
this has got to be me. I could beat up on these young quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence, can't let him beat me. Drake May, he ain't ready. Like, let me be the one to finally win and get us to the Super Bowl. I think this is gonna be Josh Allen's run. I think we're gonna see for all you Josh
Say
Allen
that every year.
fans out there. I really believe this is it because I think the AFC's whack. I think the AFC this year is a cut below the NFC. Like it's gonna be wacky picks. So give me the Bills all
Listen,
day, all
I'm
day.
I'm rooting for Buffalo. I really do want them to win. I don't see it. I want them to win every fucking year, and it's a fucking disappointment.
They're
It just
cursed.
sucks. It really does
But
suck.
I think
and,
Jacksonville's
and,
cursed.
and if you go up to
Yeah.
Buffalo right now, they would be like, yeah, just try being a Bills fan.
Jacksonville, I
I
don't think
know.
Jacksonville has a prayer in this game. I really don't.
That's the only thing that worries me because the Jacksonville's playing really hot, and then Buffalo. It's tough, man. Really tough.
I hate that they had to play each other.
Yeah.
That fucking really pissed me off. I'm like,
I'm okay with it.
I
I think
know.
Jacksonville's garbage. They would have lost to whoever.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I
Dude,
love it.
Guys, do you know why New England, Denver, why these teams were so good this year? Because their schedules were a joke. Their schedules were an absolute joke, and that's why they're up as high as they are. They're in the South. That South is a joke. Come on, now go play Buffalo. Let's see you go beat Buffalo at your house. So hot.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. I'm sorry.
No, at least it's in Jacksonville. All right. Moving on to the Sunday games. Oh wait, no, I mean mid Sunday. San Fran and the Eagles. Eagles are actually -4.5 at home.
Game of the weekend right here.
Listen, I something's off with Philly. Something's definitely off with that team. Jalen Hurts doesn't show up sometimes. He looks lazy. Barkley's not, running the ball 180 yards a game like he did last year. But San Fran's defense is suspect, man. They lost a lot of guys with injuries, but I'm gonna still roll with Purdy and that offense, keeping this game close because that spread's 4.5. I'm gonna take San Fran.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I'm going off of my picks for my fantasy. So I need the 49ers to win so that they'll go play Seattle and that the Rams will go play the Bears and I'll get some extra games out of those players.
I got Philly winning the game, but I think it's gonna be close. So give me the points with San Fran. What'd you say? 4.5, right?
Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah. So give me the points here, but I think Philly wins.
All right, cool. All right, the Sunday night game. Chargers, man. Chargers are up in Foxborough. They're up in New England. New England's -3.5 against the Chargers. This is a tough one for me. I think I want to bet the Chargers. It's Harbaugh, good coach. They got a good quarterback in Herbert. But you know what? The Chargers lost both their tackles, man. That's fucking tough. They got to go up to New England and play them. Like, I think it is going to be close. It's at 3.5 that fucking gets me, man. I could see it coming down to a field goal, but it looks like the gamblers want you to take the Chargers getting the 3.5. Man, I've been going back and forth all day on this.
Yeah, this is the hardest one on the fucking week.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think the next game is the hardest game.
Man, but you know what? New England, Drake May's first time up there, right? His first time really going into the playoffs like this. Give me the
Yeah,
Chargers.
for Drake it is.
Right, give me the Chargers, man. Herbert's been there before. That team's been there before already.
Harbaugh was there last year. They lost to Houston in a tight one.
Oh, it's a tough one, man. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, this is the hardest one. This is definitely the hardest one. It's 3.5, right?
Yeah,
It's two good coaches.
fucking
It's
playoff.
two good coaches.
that know what they're doing.
The one thing that I've been reading is that they said that the Chargers have a better chance against New England because New England doesn't have a prolific pass rush. They don't have those guys coming off the corner. So those two tackles that are hurt, they can kind of pick up the slack a little bit more so than if they were going against Houston or somebody with like that kind of a pass rush. So they do have that on their side. Amarian Hampton's healthy. He's looking better. He's running better. He looks like he's up to full speed. Herbert took a week off to get healthy and get rested. Dude, and then you have the inexperience of Drake May in the playoffs, right? Like the pressure's on, man. Like, I don't know, man. This to me is by far the hardest game, and it's on a fucking Sunday night. It's gonna be cold up there. Ah, give me the Chargers just because I fucking want Harbaugh's brother to come to the Giants.
Me
Well
too.
played. Not only do I think it'll be close, obviously, but I think the Chargers win outright. Again, what I
Ooh.
said about Jacksonville. I got two upsets going on. I got the Bills beating Jacksonville, and I got the Chargers beating New England. These two teams have just been easy peasy, and and you could hit me with, oh, you play who's on your schedule. Yeah, but you know what? Now you got to play for some real teams on your schedule. You know what I mean? Like the Chargers did pretty good out in the West, and that's a tough division. Um, so I don't know. I just think I agree with what Jules said. I think there's a little bit more experience on this Charger team. I don't like that they're playing in the cold weather and it's across the country.
Mm.
But Drake May, and who I love Drake May, I just always said Vrabel's Patriots are a year early. They got into the playoffs. They're at like a top seed. Good for them, but I can't see them gaining some traction. Yep, they should. Everybody thinks I'm crazy that I'm going with a seventh seed to beat them, but I don't know. I think this Charger team has got a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. I think they're good on both sides. So I don't know. Harbaugh's a good coach. I don't like him, but he's a good coach. So like Jules, I like his brother. His brother, I like.
And
So yeah,
listen,
give me the Chargers. Chargers straight up.
No
if
doubt.
we are right, see, either we're going to be right about one thing or we're going to be completely wrong, and this whole thing is going to be upside down. Because I was kind of in the same like boat with Vinny was saying with the whole fact that I think the AFC is wide open. So you're going to see some of these other seeds that are higher on paper, but they're not really a true upset. I mean, if you look at it, right, the Bills, they're a 1 point favorite going in, right? You look at the Chargers, only 3.5. They're supposed to be the fucking 7 seed going against the 2. So, like, when you talk about Vegas, whole shit, so it's either going to be that upside down shit where, you lose the number 3 seed, you lose the number 2 seed all in that first week. And the only reason why the Broncos are still alive is because they were fucking on a bye. Or it's going to be the complete opposite, and Jacksonville and fucking New England are all going to win. And fucking, we'll get to this last game that we're about to pick. But, I'm just kind of leading into that.
All right. Well, here's the last game on Monday
I think
night.
it's the hardest game. This one is the one I give the most thought to.
All right. This one I don't think it's the hardest game for me. On Monday night, Houston Texans are -3 against Pittsburgh. Listen, I'm gonna ride with the hot team again. Pittsburgh going in. We got the experience with Rodgers. Houston, they're supposed to have like the best defense, but then I seen Riley Leonard fucking look like Joe Montana last week against that defense. And it was definitely eye telling how many deep balls got past these guys. And I was shocked. I was really shocked at that. I don't trust CJ Stroud going against Pittsburgh defense. And don't forget Tomlin on a Monday night. Apparently, I don't think he's ever lost a game on a Monday night. It's ridiculous. His record on a Monday night. So give me the coach, give me Rodgers. I think they beat the Houston Texans. I don't think the defense shows up, and I know everybody's hyping them up, but yeah, give me. I'll ride. I'll ride with Rodgers. Fucking
And what's the spread again?
3.
Who?
Houston, they're the favorite.
Yeah, they've also won 9 straight. All right. The last time that they lost was November 2nd against the Broncos. Just to put that into perspective. So they haven't lost in fucking 2 months.
They're hot like Jacksonville.
They beat Jacksonville. They beat Jacksonville on that run. They beat Jacksonville on that run. I mean, like, dude, the fact that like fucking Jacksonville edged them out for the division is absurd. Man, I just think that the Steelers, look, dude, let's face it. I mean, granted, I guess you could say that if the kid made an extra point, then all the fucking the Ravens would have been in a position to do was kick that field goal to tie. But that game was just pushed back and forth. I feel like Rodgers is good. He still has his moments. He still shows why he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But then he just shows his age at other times too. And I think with that fucking pass rush of Houston barreling down on him, dude, no way, man. Like, yo, Houston's going to win this game. I think they're going to win easy, actually. I think they're going to win by at least 7.
I given this game a lot of thought. And it could go that the way that Jules is saying, where Houston just onslaught and just like kill Rodgers. but I'm not going that way.
Oh!
I actually
Told
think
you.
Rodgers has found the rhythm with his check down running back receivers. He likes Gainwell and Warren. He's getting Metcalf back. You know what I mean? The guy assaulted a fan and he's back in 2 weeks. No jail time for him.
Nope.
But yeah, so Metcalf is back. I think he'll have, because I I don't like Pittsburgh's defense. I think the defense is very fraudulent. Um, it's okay, but I don't think it's anything to write home about. But being that they're home, being that it's Tomlin, being that people are saying that Rodgers is washed up, and for the first, I've always hated Rodgers ever since he was in the beginning in the league, and I hated that he was a Jet, and I hated all that. This is the first time in my life that I'm actually rooting for Rodgers because of what he did to the Jets. And I hate Jets. I hate the Jet fans. So I'm actually rooting for Rodgers here. I feel nothing for the Texans. Everybody talks about this defense and this. I really think their coming out party was that Josh Allen Thursday night game. And since then everybody's like, "Oh, the Texans." Now everybody's a Texans fan.
Yeah.
So many bandwagoners, and it really aggravates me. I think Rodgers is going to eke out a win. I think it's going to be close, but we're not done with Rodgers. Like not this Monday. You know what I mean? I think we get another week of Tomlin and Rodgers.
All right. All right. So
I
now,
mean, listen, and I got to go with you there. If we're predicting the number 2 and number 3 seeds to lose, and maybe the 4 does win, right? You know what I'm saying? And you got the 4, the 1, the 6, and the 7.
Well, yeah, I got 2 upsets in the AFC, and I got one. Well, it's not an upset because Houston's got the favorite, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Buffalo's the favorite too.
All right, so all right,
I mean, it's -1, so it's
I
more
was talking seeding wise. I wasn't even talking points wise. So, yeah, there we are.
all right. So we got to give our predictions for the NFC and the AFC in the Super Bowl. So I'll give mine. It's going to be Carolina Panthers
Come on.
against the
Really go with this,
Jacksonville.
yo?
You're serious?
Jaguars.
What kind of odds you getting on them?
Yo, give me them all day. No, I'm only kidding. I can't take Carolina.
Well,
But I will take Jacksonville because they're hot. They're gonna ride all the way to the Super Bowl. But as far as the NFC goes,
bandwagon. Huh?
it might be a bandwagon. But in the NFC, dude, the way Seattle's just been like doing this magical run, I think they do got it all. They got the defense, and they do got a nice offense. So I really got to go with Seattle, and yeah, I'll ride with them.
So Seattle versus who?
Jacksonville.
Talk about ratings.
Although I said it before, I do like Carolina upsetting the Rams. I don't think they go any further than that, but I do like them upsetting them this week.
Like I said, you know what? Like I would feel. I know it sucks because you'll clear most of the field, and I get it. It's just that, man. This year is just fucking like I feel like it's all over the place. You know what I mean?
It's a weird.
You could make an
Do you
argument.
like it? Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. No. From an entertainment purpose, it is, and picking the NFC for me, at least this year, is a little easier. I think not easier, but like I have less heart involved with it, so I could just kind of pick from what I've been seeing. The AFC, I feel like, man, like, did I want to get behind the Jacksonville because I always liked Trevor Lawrence, even from his days in Clemson. I'll never forget the game, and I talk about it plenty of times where their quarterback went down. I remember I was at Clemson bar. And this fucking kid comes in. He looks like sunshine from fucking, remember the Titans. And he drives his head down. This kid just starts fucking lighting it up. And he's the next big thing. I remember when he played Chase Young in that fucking bowl game. And right before they all got drafted. And he shook the shit out of Chase Young. I was like, this kid's going to be the deal.
Didn't he win a big playoff game too, Trevor Lawrence, like a comeback?
Yeah.
Who was that against?
They lost that national title game. It was against Ohio State, but they lost that game. But
no, I'm talking about in the pros. Didn't he win a playoff game in the pros?
No,
like he made a comeback.
Did he beat Colt? Did he beat the Chargers and Justin Herbert? He came back against Herbert.
I think that's
Herbert
what it was.
Herbert was leading the whole time. He came back and beat him. Yeah, man, I could get behind that team, dude. I like them. I like this underdog aspect of them because, figure there the Jacksonville is the same equivalent in Florida in a sense, except I wouldn't really compare the two towns, but in a sense, because you have Miami and Tampa, right? Well, when you look at Buffalo in New York, You had fucking the Jets and Giants, and then you got Buffalo. Everybody forgets is even in New York, right? And, but anyhow, it's easy to get behind those teams. And then Houston, that's another team I can get behind. So the AFC to me is fucking all over the place. So it's like I don't know if I want to go in my heart, right? The two hottest teams, in my opinion, are Houston and Jacksonville. Buffalo, this is like you said earlier, with those three major quarterbacks out of the fucking mix. It's fucking Josh's year. This is his fucking year to do it. If he doesn't do it, like what the fuck, right? McDermott might get fired, all that kind of craziness. But you do have the league fucking leading rusher there. And I don't know how good Jacksonville really is at stopping the run. The only issue I have is when they had to go to fucking Denver, with Denver having a week off and having a whole week to get prepared and be healthy. Dude, this shit is hard in the AFC, man. Like I am fucking all over the place. Oh, you know what? With that said, give me Buffalo. And
Knew that was
damn
coming.
it. And man, in fucking for the NFC, I really think it could be anybody from the West. Any of them. Seattle can make an argument. The Rams can make an argument.
You got
49ers can make an argument. I understand it's half the field, but like
Yeah.
just the way that those teams have been playing at the level they've been playing all fucking season long, I could see them kind of be back there. Oh man, this is a tough one, bro. I'm gonna be boring. I'm gonna say Seattle.
Okay. If I could do a quick bracket, because I had it all thought out.
Oh, here we go.
So, audience, viewers, you could write this down because this is the way it's the NFL playoffs in 2026.
Oh, yes.
There'd be a lot of
do-
X's on that
Let's
thing.
do the NFC.
Let's go.
NFC.
Make sure you write it in pencil, people.
Here we go, baby. The second seed Chicago Bears are at home against the Green Bay Packers, who are the seventh seed, right? So,
Yes.
give me the. I said it in the pick segment. Give me the Bears. The Bears will beat them. No problem. They move on. See you later.
Keep going.
Packers. Three seed Philly against the Niners. I picked the Niners points, but I got Philly winning this game. There's a lot of blasphemous talk about Philadelphia. That's the one team that I really want to get eliminated and bumped. But until somebody beats them, like I'm not
They're the
picking
champ.
against them. Like they're still the one of the top two defenses in the league. They're still,
Making me sick.
they still got a ridiculous talent. Let's see if Saquon and now Tank Bigsby gets unleashed. If they start running the ball, I don't know. That Niner defense is not that good. If they had Bosa and those and Warner, at least one of them back, maybe. But Philly's winning that game at home. Who is it? Carolina is gonna lose in an embarrassing fashion to the Rams.
Crazy.
All right, so now I would have seed one. Seattle plays
The
the
Philly.
Rams. Plays
Oh,
the
Rams.
Rams.
Yep. And
Yep.
Bears play Philly.
I got the Rams beating Seattle. Rams straight up will go into Seattle and beat them. Both West Coast teams, not a long trip for them. Seattle's rabid. Seattle's out. Sam Darnold has yet to win a big game. A big game.
Wait, that wasn't a big game for the division this past week against the 49ers?
I'm talking
Come
about.
on, bro.
Has he won a big playoff game?
How many has he been in?
Did they make
One?
the playoffs last year? Minnesota?
Yeah, okay, one.
He's had like a 10-year career at this point.
Herbert hasn't won any, and we got him winning in fucking New England. Go ahead.
I'll get to the AFC. I'll get to the upside down over there.
All right.
So I got the Rams beating Seattle. You just said all three of them could go to the Super Bowl. You give me crap because it's not your team.
Yeah, that was it.
The Rams are better. The Rams are, if they're healthy. This is all contingent on health.
Of course
So,
it is.
and then we have the Bears playing Philly in Chicago. I think Philly beats the Bears handedly. Right?
Oh, yeah. Philly
Okay.
beats the Bears, right?
Yeah.
So
So now
we got
I
Philly
have-
and Rams in the NFC Championship game.
So now I have the two teams in the NFC that I've been picking all year to be in the NFC Championship game. The Rams will go into Philadelphia, snow and all. I don't give a crap. The Rams will get their redemption. The Rams
Last
almost beat them last year. The Rams almost beat them this year. There was that field goal kick that whatever it was, and they returned it. I think the Rams finally get their redemption against this. Like Philly will win on their talent
It's not
up
going to be
until that point. But
No
I
way.
think the Rams, they're gonna have to pay. They're gonna have to pay the rent, and the Rams are gonna make them is their landlord. So the Rams will beat Philly, and the Rams go to the Super Bowl on a tough road on the road.
All right,
Cool.
movement. We're gonna do an
All
AFC
right.
one.
Let's do the AFC.
Let's go.
All right. We got New England Patriots, who I think are totally fraudulent. Not, and they're also just not ready. They're good, and it's been a great progress. They're playing the Chargers. I got the Chargers. I don't know. Somehow Herbert, like he's also looking around like, yo, there's no big dogs in this playoffs. Like I could take out this kid Drake May. I could do this. This New England defense is not a great pass rush. I could get by. My hand's not broken anymore. I got the Chargers somehow winning that game, which is probably my craziest pick, I think, because it's the 7 seed. So give me the Chargers. Then we have Jacksonville, the 2 seed, who is one of the hottest teams. I don't know how.
They're the three
Um,
seed. 3 seed.
Oh, 3 seed. I'm sorry. Jacksonville versus Buffalo. Give me the Bills. I said it before. I think Josh Allen's ready. James Cook is ready. I think this offense is going to be humming. You know what I mean? So I think the Bills go in on the road. People act like Jacksonville's like a hostile environment. It's Florida. It's warm. It's whatever. I think it's going to be easy for Buffalo to win that game. Trevor Lawrence is good, and he's come on, and I do like the Jacksonville coach. He's done a heck of a job there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but you know what?
He might
You
win
know-
coach of the year. He's one of the
But
guys.
are we really going to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Buffalo Bills? I'm not about to do that. That just sounds stupid. It sounds stupid coming out of my mouth. Next, we got Pittsburgh at home against the Texans. That to me is the toughest game. Like, because I don't really know what I'm going to get from the Texans, but I kind of agree with Trainer. CJ Stroud's kind of like regressed a whole lot. The offensive line is probably one of the worst lines in football. They've been winning on defense. Do they really put up points? They got some weapons. I don't even know who the running back is.
Woody Marks, bro.
Really? Like this is big time. Pittsburgh is made for these moments. Tomlin will get you to the playoffs. He'll win you a game or two. You know what I mean? Rodgers can win you a game or two. They'll lose later on in the playoffs, but they should win the wild card round at home. Give me Pittsburgh all day long on this game. Tough pick, but I'll take it all day long. So I got my 1st seed, Denver, playing my 7 seed Chargers. They know each other well. What they do this year? Did they split?
They split.
Yeah, because Chargers went 3-0 in the division
Yeah.
starting the year. I'm gonna go with Denver here. I'm not 100% want to go with Denver, but again, now Harbaugh he gets over Rabel, and now he's got to go against Peyton, who's just as good of a coach. You know what I mean? What Sean Payton has done with that methodical offense, they got the extra week off. The defense is good. Denver's got a lot going for them. I think somehow, some way, Denver's defense, Bo Nix makes enough plays, managing the game. Being at home helps a whole lot. Like home field advantage doesn't matter too much in these playoffs, except for a game like this. So I think Denver gets by because they're in Mile High. And then we have the Bills on the
Yeah, it's
road in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Easy money for the Bills again. This is where Pittsburgh loses. This is where there's a path for the Bills. Do you guys see my path? They go.
I do,
through-
but the
they go
Chargers, the
through-
Chargers is the big ask. That's the big one. Obviously, I went with this already with you. So go ahead.
But I got the Bills beating Jacksonville handedly. I got the Bills beating Pittsburgh. I'm
They
sorry.
beat Pittsburgh after. If
Yeah.
they beat Jacksonville and the Chargers go to Denver, you gotta like Buffalo against Pittsburgh.
I love Buffalo against Pittsburgh 100%. I think Aaron Rodgers will show his age there. I think there'll be, whatever. I think the Bills will somehow be galvanized in that game to beat them because I think Pittsburgh is washed up. You know what I mean? But enough to get to the divisional round. So then we have the 1 seed against what is it, the 6 seed, right?
Six.
Yeah. Don't play with me. Like I'm gonna go Buffalo again. I think Josh Allen, he's looking at it like, yo, this is my chance to win the MVP. That was last year. This is my chance to win the AFC. So, like, this is it. Yeah, I'm going to lose to Bo fucking Knicks. It can't happen. So,
I mean, they played last year.
Who ended up winning that game?
It was Buffalo. It was the wild
The
card.
first round,
It was
right?
the first round.
The first round. What was the score of that game? Good memory on you.
They actually jumped out 7-0 on them, but then the Bills came back and then they ended up just taking
I think Josh Allen's just gonna will like when they played Philly the other week, like Buffalo was doing nothing. Josh Allen did everything. Everything. I think they can rely on him. And I'm not even a Josh Allen guy like that. I like him. I just don't like all the fanfare behind him. I think this is his time. He goes, wins a close game, controversial. We'll be talking about it the next day, all that stuff. I got Buffalo winning the AFC, the Rams winning the NFC. Isn't that a nice, sexy Super Bowl, guys? Josh Allen versus Matt Stafford, who is your MVP, last year's MVP versus this year's MVP, coach against coach. Like I think we have a really good matchup there, a sexy matchup. I think the Rams will win by a not close. I think it'll be solid for the Rams to win. I think they're destined. Not only does Stafford get the MVP, so for the Super Bowl, Stafford goes straight to the Hall of Fame from that game. He might even retire.
See, it sounds to me, Vin, like you want that to happen, and we never get what we want. We always get Kansas City and Philly in the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh, you're close.
I would love a Rams.
Wait. So wait. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this?
You guys don't like what I just broke
Hold
it down?
on.
I would love that.
I gave it a lot of thought.
Well, hold on. Here we go. Right, because
sure.
Trader and I both took Seattle, and me and Vinny both took Buffalo. Right, and the only difference is the Rams in Jacksonville. That means Philly and New England are going to play in the Super
Bowl. I know. We need
our record does show that our record's not very good.
Yeah.
Well, this is also like we don't even know
that was
who's
from
getting
Malazzi,
injured.
who didn't come today. So Malazzi gets that as just his fucking designated option.
No, I got Malazzi's picks.
That is a good question. Who would you want? I mean, it seems like, Vin, you want that to happen in the Super Bowl. I understand all your breakdowns, but who would you want in the Super Bowl if you just were rooting?
If I like a team. If I like somebody, well, yeah. I like the Rams.
Me too. I would like the Rams to actually go there and win it, and then the AFC, I don't know. I'd probably I would want Buffalo. I would want the Rams Buffalo, like you predicted. That's who I would want, and I actually would want the Buffalo Bills to win because I would like Josh Allen to get a fucking ring.
I've already got his.
Yeah, you know,
greedy, bro.
I don't have a love for Denver. I have no love for New England. I hate New England.
Fuck yeah. Who likes them? You know?
I have no feelings towards Jacksonville. I do like Trevor Lawrence. I have no feelings towards the Texans. They're all like expansion teams to me. They're expansion teams. Like it's ridiculous.
Imagine how many maniacs would just be breaking tables if Buffalo win the fucking.
I gotta tell you, and I hate Pittsburgh.
Fucking tables are available.
I hate Pittsburgh. I hate them with a passion because they have enough Super Bowls. But Rodgers is interesting to me. And I've always hated Rodgers. He's such a piece of garbage. Like, I've never liked him.
You would root for them?
Being that he's old and stuff, like, I don't know. I kind of like that.
You just like him because he got a mustache too.
I like him that the Jets should have kept him and they would be in the playoffs now. If they would have kept Rodgers, I really believe with Devontae, they'd be in the playoffs.
I love how
such a joke.
I love how Pittsburgh just drops Russell Wilson and we give him $10 million.
and then the Jet and then
nobody picks him up or wants him. We can't even cut him.
And then the Jets go and get Justin Fields. They take his backup. Like, what?
I know. What are you doing,
That's
man?
crazy. That's crazy.
It really is crazy.
You guys heard Russell Wilson said that he had some sort of like aggravated hamstring and that no one knew about it. And now they're gonna investigate the Giants because of what this dick said.
No, he pretty much confirmed it. He tweeted out saying he never told anybody, so you can't prove that regardless. But anyway, fuck Russell Wilson. Anyway, sorry for bringing that up. Jules, you wanted Buffalo obviously to win, right? Rams still or not? We gotta wrap this up.
I mean, in the NFC. I mean, could you put Carolina in there just for the super underdog story?
There we go. Bring it, baby. All right, that's it. That's
unless Jake Delhomme is coming back.
Yeah, right.
All right, so listen, good luck on the picks. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully with a new coach. So we'll be back. Go Giants. Later.
Peace.